So you have these 4 friends, right?
Yep.
And each friend gets 2 apples.
That's it.
Was mine loud enough?
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
I'm sure I'll catch it. Okay. Everyone home, welcome back to the Schwartz Show. We have a special guest today, Ariel. Say hi.
Hi.
So, we knew each other in high school. Yep.
Yes.
I think the first time I met you, I was a junior.
You were.
And then, yeah, she's a grade above me.
Mm-hmm.
But
Sadly.
Sadly.
Yeah.
Why? You don't like being older?
Because it was cut off. Like, most of my friendships were younger than me.
There's nothing wrong with that. And then she graduated, and then... Anyways, but she's here today. She wanted to be on. So how's your day been?
My day's been really cold. It was really hot yesterday, and then, just really cold today. But it's been a good day. I woke up, I got Chick-fil-A.
Ooh.
Which is like gold in college because it's expensive. And then I went to my class, and then I went to my other class, and now I'm here.
Yeah? What class did you have today?
I had my elementary math class.
Wait. What?
It's basically like, yes, I'm learning addition and subtraction and multiplication and division, but I'm learning it more like on a psychological way for kids. So
younger
you have
kids
to think about it as if you were a kid learning it for your first time.
Oh, so
today we were doing division, like 28 divided by 4.
Oh.
But you have to...
Was it like apples and carrots, or...
No.
No, like you have 28 apples. You give 4 to Johnny, 4 to...
That actually... There's just so much... That is called partitive division. And there's just so much, like...
But what's it called?
Partitive division.
Partitive division.
When you, like, put it into groups.
Okay.
And then measurement division is when you make groups.
Can you give me an example?
14 plus 7.
21, right?
Oh, wait, no. I'm sorry. We're doing division.
Oh, I was like...
I promise I'll be a good teacher. 4 divided by 2. How would you solve that?
As an elementary schooler, or...
As an elementary schooler.
Yes.
Oh, I'll give you a visual. So you have 4 friends.
What's their names?
Okay.
I'm getting into
See, this is the fun part of teaching.
I'm getting into it.
Now.
Can one of them be Johnny? I'm a good actor, too.
Okay. So you have Johnny, and then you have... We'll use yourself. You have Sam.
Okay.
And then you have, let's say, Katie.
Okay.
And then Ben.
Actually, no, I don't want Ben. Can we do Josh?
Oh, okay. Sure. We'll do Josh. Okay. So you have these 4 friends, right?
Yep.
And each friend gets 2 apples. How would you solve that? Well, how would you tell me how many apples are in total? Give me a visual.
So you have
4 friends.
4 friends, and each of them gets 2?
2 apples. Can you explain to me how you get your answer?
Wait, you have 4 friends, and each of them get 2 apples?
Yeah.
That's 8.
In your mind, what do you see?
Wait, am I like... Hold on. Am I like... Wait, you have 4 friends.
4 friends.
And you give 2 apples to each friend.
Yes.
So 2 times 2... 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2.
Okay, so that's how you solve it. You add.
But aren't we doing division?
Yes. But you're dividing the apples. But you solve it by adding, right?
I guess. I don't know.
See? Okay. It's so much more complex than you think. And now... So that's division, but you're solving by adding. But how do you explain that to a kid that's learning it?
Oh.
Because they're like, oh, we're adding? But I thought we were dividing.
That's what... Are you calling me a kid?
It's complex.
What?
Yeah.
What?
But then after that, I'm taking a course that has nothing to do with my major, and that is geography. Ooh. It's just rocks.
So what has your experience been in college? Like,
My experience is nothing like the movies. I'll just
talk to me.
My experience, high school, honestly, like high school, I was very put together, and then I feel like in college, it's like,
What do you mean by put together?
so you have a schedule laid out. Your classes don't change every semester. The professors aren't speeding through everything
Mhm.
like it's the end of the world. And then on top of that, you have people that are helping you stay on track with like all your assignments and stuff.
Yeah.
And then you come to college and it's like you're basically doing it all like alone. It's all on you.
I understand.
Making friends,
Literally.
staying disciplined.
No, for real.
Like,
were you like forced to go to college, or did you want to go?
I wanted to go.
Okay, makes sense.
No, yeah.
Okay. So what has been your favorite part? Something that's different from high school. What has been your favorite part from like for your college experience? Besides the stress, I know that's got to be up there for sure.
Yes, number one. My favorite part actually probably has to be like the traditions at UTSA, like Rowdy Gras. I don't know if you're like go to any of the UTSA stuff. No, you really should.
I don't. I just don't find interest in it. I hate social events.
See, that's how I felt, and then I found the right people to go to them with.
See, well, here's the thing.
And you make friends at those events too.
Yeah, but the thing is like the only friends I have is the ones I go to the gym, or like
Gym.
on the week. Yeah, literally gym. On the weekends I work, so like, you see what I'm saying?
But they're like during the week.
Yeah, but then I got okay. I'm making excuses, but go on.
Okay, but those are my favorite because I've like made friends through that experience. But it also kind of sucks because you have to put effort into
I understand.
talking to strangers.
Well, I've noticed that like recently I've been more social, at the gym, and 'cause that's pretty much where I go. It's really work, gym here, my mom's place.
Perfect.
I noticed like I was just like saying hi to some random people. I just tried to, come out a little bit, like on my comfort shell. That could have went south, and then like some people were like, I met this guy yesterday. I think his name was No, I didn't know his name because I didn't ask for it. No, because I just was like, yo, what's up? And I gave him a fist bump, and he's like, do I know you? I was like, no, I'm just trying to say what's up.
No,
like
yeah.
I was like, dude, I'm just trying to say hi. Like I'm not trying to be all like.
Wait, okay. Sorry to stop you.
It's okay. Don't
At
worry.
the gym, is there this one guy that just he says like the most motivational stuff, but to himself out loud. He's like African American. He's always wearing chains.
No.
I see him all the time on the
meet him.
track, and he's running, right, and he's yelling like, "No one like gets in your way except for you. Like you're number one."
He's reminding himself, but I want to meet that guy.
He says it out loud.
That's so cool.
Screaming, and then
also
I tell my friends, I'm like, "Who is he talking to?" And they're like, "Oh, he like does that all the time at the gym." And I'm like, okay.
I don't know. I would like to meet him though. Is he buff?
He is.
See,
Yes.
There's
built.
a reason. There's
Yeah.
a reason. So my thing is just like, I don't know. It's been also kind of like, it's weird coming to college.
Yeah.
Just
Your
because
first year.
I don't know what to do, one. But also it's just kind of like, it's like it's our own ecosystem. And it's so freaking expensive.
Yeah.
Which is, it's crazy because I don't understand how our parents and I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm thankful for it. I just don't understand how our parents pay so much, or people my age pay so much to get a piece of paper.
Exactly.
I don't get it.
It's a whole spiral to go down. Me, I personally don't have to pay anything.
You got a scholarship?
No, my tuition is free because I was adopted. So
wait. You cannot throw a curveball at me when I'm... Wait. I'll come back to that. Keep going.
But basically, and I feel so bad hearing my friends talk about like, oh, like I have to pay my dues and it's so
Yeah.
expensive. And I feel bad because I had freshmen texting me like, can you help me fill out my FAFSA? Like, I don't know what to do. And like, how do I do this? And I'm just like, I have no clue. Like, I am all hands off with money and like,
Okay.
which I'm very thankful for.
Of course.
But I also feel like I lack the knowledge.
Yeah, I can understand that.
But I'm all hands off when it comes to that stuff. I have these like monthly meetings
Mm-hmm.
and they tell me how I'm doing and it's just, like that's it.
So wait, you are adopted.
Yes.
You can't just like say that and like I didn't know you were adopted.
You know what's weird? I
Talk
had
to me.
friends that I didn't know were adopted tell me that they were adopted in college.
So, but okay. This is more about you. Wait.
Oh, okay.
So, do you know where you're from here though? Yes?
Yes.
Have you met your parents?
Not my biological parents.
Really?
Well, okay, I was adopted whenever I was 4. And just to sum up the story, my parents were not good. We lived in an apartment, tiny apartment. Some random stranger found me on the road,
Oh wow.
realized that I needed, like, they couldn't go back. And they called the cops.
Yeah.
And then basically I was like in the hospital. Like, the hospital was my home for a few months.
Nah, dude, what's up? Free IV.
No, really. Like, I got to Build-A-Bear and everything. And then, and you're 4, you don't know what's
Anything.
going on. Like, you're
Yeah.
you're just there. And then I was put into this family. They had nice stuff, and I was like, I like this. But
Oh.
no, they're not my parents.
Well, I mean, wait, they're not?
They're my adopted parents.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Okay, yeah. But
go on.
supposedly, whenever I was 10, my biological mom and me were in the same room at a funeral. But I was 4, so I don't know which woman it was.
Yeah.
But I think I've met her.
Okay.
My father,
Out the picture?
yes.
Yeah.
We'll leave it at
Screw bad dads, dude. I hate them. It's so
We'll
messed
leave it
up.
at that.
I did not know that. So,
Yeah.
do you have any siblings? Or I guess, well,
We like-
siblings and siblings.
I have no like biological siblings, but I do have blended siblings. And it's funny because none of us are the same blood. We are all it's a long story.
That's so interesting.
But to sum it up, 2 sisters, 2 brothers, and 1 brother that passed away when he was a baby.
Aw,
So,
rest in peace.
yeah.
So are you the oldest?
I'm the second youngest.
What?
So I'm practically the middle child, though.
Who's the oldest? How old?
He's 24. 24.
And where is he? What is he?
He's a nurse.
He's a nurse?
Yes. Because
What-
my dad's a nurse.
And then your mom?
And then
Well,
my
your
mom.
biological mom. Well, I'm referring just to biological.
I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
Yeah.
And then my mom's a social worker.
Okay. That's so interesting. So they live
Yeah.
here.
Yes. My mom lives here. My dad lives in Floresville.
So they got.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I know.
You got like I don't know what it is, but it's 3 strikes.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn. So wait,
I'm
was this
like-
recent? Did they divorce recently?
This was all when I was young.
Oh
So
my
when I moved back to San Antonio,
Yeah.
it was me, my mom, my sister, my other sister. Because my brother was already old and on his own. And then that's whenever I started meeting people, and
Yeah.
making friends, and yeah. And life just went on.
What?
Life just went on
Oh.
after that. And I don't really, yeah.
So has that like affected you mentally?
I think it made me grow up a little bit sooner than I should have.
Okay.
And it also, for being the second youngest, I feel like I'm the oldest.
Mentally?
Yeah, mentally.
I
'cause
see
not
what you-
physically.
Well, I mean, yeah, there's no other way. But I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like I'm the one that's like, everything's put on, basically.
So, I feel the same way with my dynamic with my brother.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I am, what's funny, he's like oldest but the shortest, and I'm the youngest and the tallest. So I'm like, well, this is where I'm at. But I do understand the mental aspect of it. That's so strange. I didn't know you were adopted.
Yeah.
So has that like, have you ever thought of like trying to get in contact with your biological parents?
No, my mom told me not to.
What?
I know. They try to follow me on Facebook, and I'm like, oh.
They try to.
Yeah.
Okay, that's one way to do it. Follow you on Facebook.
It's just like, I have friends that have met their biological parents.
Yeah.
And it's cool because I'm in the FFP, the
Which
Future
is?
Foster Program, here at
Okay.
ETSA.
That's a program.
And they,
See, I don't know.
yeah,
See, I don't know.
yeah.
Okay, go on.
There's a lot. And then we have people coming in talking like, oh, I met my biological parents, and it just wasn't what I was expecting.
Mhm.
And then I had one friend tell me that he's never going to meet his biological parents because he doesn't want to be put into their lives. Which I can kind of understand.
Yeah, because they didn't do that to
because
him.
it's like, it's kind of weird to just
Boom.
bring him in. Yeah. And you don't know what's going to happen. There's just like so much around
I
it.
understand.
Yeah.
That's so interesting. How has that like affected you? Like when obviously you said you were growing, you're the most mature. I would put it like that. You're the most mature out of your siblings. How did that flip? What caused you to become more mature?
So, because my mom was by herself and she needed to start working more to be able to like feed us and still give
care.
us like stuff that we want, not need.
Yeah.
She had to be away for a while. And so my little sister, I had to take care of her whenever she's away, and I still am taking care of her. So then, but I was in 7th grade? And it's just a lot to be put on.
Interesting.
Like a 15, 16-year-old?
Wow. So
but yeah.
obviously there comes like, I guess the bad aspect of it. I mean, like the demons, whatever. What are some things that you faced, like some mental stuff that you've come across and then obviously beat? If you get what I'm trying to say.
I think something that I had to beat across was, I feel like religion kind of has like a way, because I was put into a religious family, so being so young, I was kind of like, okay, well, was I, especially, so much like goes into this. So there's kind of like that mental aspect, I feel like, with foster kids and adoption kids, thinking, am I even supposed to be here?
Like in the world, you mean?
Yes.
Okay.
Like, am I a mistake?
I understand.
And I did go down that spiral at one point, but then I was kind of like obviously, I think back and I see where it got me now. And so I'm kind of grateful for that, because like, yeah, it kind of happened in like not the best way, but I wouldn't change anything because I like where I'm at right now. And I wouldn't be here if those things didn't happen the way that they happened.
So you said you brought religion.
Mm-hmm.
Are you
Catholic?
Catholic? Okay.
Yeah.
My girl.
Which is funny here at college.
Why? Is it bad?
Oh no, I like you. No. I'll let you finish your sentence.
Well, no, I was gonna say my girlfriend is Catholic as well.
Okay.
And I'm Jewish, so.
No,
How the hell does that fucking make sense?
We love the diverse religions.
But go on. You were saying at college.
It's so funny here at college, because have you tried to join any like Jewish community clubs? Are you in them, or not your vibe?
I haven't tried it out, so I've been saying no. I haven't tried it out, so I can't say. Like, I'd be like, yeah, I tried it. If I said that, I'd be lying to you. So I haven't tried it, so I can't say. From the looks of it, I don't think it catches my eye, but I have to see.
Fair.
Go
Yeah.
on.
This this place is kind of more religious than I thought.
Really?
Club club
Okay.
wise.
Yeah.
So my, the week where they have UTSA events, the week before school starts.
Yeah, like everything just
and
goes
then,
fucking crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, and they have like an event for every day.
Which I didn't attend at all. Go on.
You need to start going. I had no friends because all of my friends were younger. A&M, UT.
Yeah.
And so I made this one friend in the FFP program, and then she was running late. So a tactic that I realized that the clubs use here is they find freshmen that look lonely and need friends, and they basically like push their organization on them, which isn't a bad thing. It's pretty smart because you see that they need friends and like, oh, like we'll be your friends. We'll let you in.
But you have to like pay for friends.
But no, not
Okay.
sorority.
That's different.
I'm not about sorority life.
Okay.
But I don't have anything against it.
That's not for your.
It's just not for me.
But go on.
But I did join the program. I made friends and all that. I was committed. But then I realized that when I started making friends outside of that program, it kind of started getting weird because the people that are in that program are kind of like in this bubble of
like
just
clique?
the organization.
Yeah.
And anyone that's not in it, it's like
is weird,
unfamiliar, strange. And then I realized that I feel like it's more healthy to let the freshmen do it on their own and be independent and find people that they do click with instead of targeting them.
Yeah.
Being like, oh, like you're lonely, come join us, we'll take you in.
Yeah.
I understand the thought, but I just feel like it could be a little bit more
handled well.
Yeah.
I understand.
Yeah. But there's a lot of religious groups out there.
Oh yeah.
And I've tried 3. One of them was a little funky. I was just minding my business walking.
Yeah.
And then this woman came up to me. She looked like an adult. Because, we're in college and we're adults.
We can't assume anything.
But they're adults. And
people that are older than straight out of high school.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And so she comes up to me and she tells me that Jesus is coming for his bride and that I need to prepare. And if she could read an article to me. And honestly, I'm like, okay, like, yes, I go ahead.
Yes.
And so she reads me this article and she like stops and she's like, if you want to figure out the rest, we're having a meeting tonight.
Oh my gosh.
And then honestly, I'm just the type of person where it's like, you know what? Okay, like I'll do it.
Yeah.
And so I go, tell me why. I get in there and it's just a bunch of adults dressed in, even the women, suits and ties.
Oh wow. That's strange.
I am wearing a hoodie with jeans and Converse.
Yeah.
And I meet her and I'm like, everyone's just so nice and fancy, like this is wow. And she's like, oh, ha, ha, ha. She like laughs and she's like, yes. And then we sit down and it starts. And I look around the room and I realize it's just me and like some other guy.
It's just 3 people?
No. There's the adults, but the people that don't look like they're in the group.
Oh, like your age or like
yes.
or just okay.
It's just me and this other guy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay. But basically, to sum it up, they told me that everything I knew was wrong.
Oh wow.
And that mass is supposed to be on Wednesdays and not Sundays.
Interesting.
I tried to be flexible and see from other people's perspectives. But when you tell me that, like, everything I know is wrong, then it's not gonna
end well.
Want me to be there anymore.
Yeah.
So then she had my phone number.
Oh my god.
Which I probably shouldn't have given out, but I learned from my mistakes. She kept texting me after that day. Like, are you coming to the meeting? Are you coming to the meeting?
You didn't block her?
Honestly, that probably would have been the
best
smart
idea.
thing to do.
Think about it, yeah.
But I kept coming up with creative excuses. I was like, oh, I got COVID. No,
For the 4th
I got
time, I got COVID.
And then eventually she got the hint and just stopped.
Oh, nice.
And then I'm currently doing the CSA program with a friend. It's the Catholic Student
Yeah,
Association.
I was about to ask.
And that's going pretty good. The only thing I would say is that there's definitely like groups.
Clicks?
Yeah. And then, it's always weird going in the middle of the semester. So
Yeah, it's interesting.
that's my experience.
Have you, so like in that group, the CSA, has there been like discrimination towards other religious programs?
No, definitely not. It's actually like really fun. The priest, he is very young, and we talk about the most randomest stuff. We were talking about exorcisms last week.
I mean,
did you see that?
What?
The exorcisms?
Like, there was a thing that happened?
No. Like the advertisements.
No, I mean,
Okay.
movies display exorcisms, so I'm just like, how does that actually like, or, you see what I'm saying? Like,
so apparently, to give you some like biblical knowledge,
okay,
exorcisms don't happen in one setting. It actually takes like 10 to 20 days. So the priest will do it for like a whole hour, leave, let them live, and then come back the next day. Same process. So the movies are fake.
but does like that happen?
It does. And their voice changes. Like actually, like.
Have you seen a video?
Yes, he showed us a video, and the creepy thing is that I don't know if somebody was messing with this, but it's a church, and like, the lights started flickering.
I'm out that. But what?
I was like, whoa, like, someone needs to pay the bill.
Yeah, that's weird. Okay, well, on that, because that's like, is this the devil, right? Like,
yes,
it's the devil leaving the person.
Yes.
Is that what that is?
It's basically like, not the devil,
like
but the demons. Yeah, the bad spirits.
Okay, so my thing is, what does God mean to you in that aspect?
For like exorcisms?
Or just in general?
In general?
Like, what does God mean to you?
He is the...
There is no right or wrong answer.
No, yeah, of course there's no right or wrong answer. Everyone has their own, like... For me, God is, like, the person that I look towards throughout this, like, whole entire life. Like, I guess kind of like a comfort, because I have, my life is kind of crazy, and...
Yes.
He's, like, the one... I know that there's a meaning behind it, and everything happens for a reason.
Yeah.
And that's basically, like, what he is to me. He's my reminder that, like, all this stuff has purpose.
Okay.
Yeah. And also, like, a father figure.
Yeah. I can... Yeah.
Yeah.
I understand. Yeah. Okay, I understand. So do you think that God is, like... So you think God's a person?
No.
So
I think Jesus is a person, but not God.
So then who's Jesus?
Jesus is God, but in man form. And then God is just God.
So but wouldn't be Jesus is a person?
Yeah.
So you think...
But they're three different things.
You see how that's like... Okay,
I can see how that
it's
gets
confusing.
confusing.
Alright, go on.
Okay, so the Holy Trinity, like the Father, Son, Holy Spirit. So God, like everyone knows, in the beginning there was God, and like
a higher power, pretty much.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can't really like put him in a box because he's just God. In the Bible it says that somebody saw God, and it's just like a beam of light.
Which is who saw God?
Honestly, I would have to search that up because it is not written on my heart yet. But beam of light, basically.
Yeah.
Very holy, like, yes. And then Jesus is God, but in man form. The thing with that, though, is that many people forget that because he became man, he lost his godlike powers because he wanted to be the best example of you and I as possible. And if he still had that, he wouldn't be able... We wouldn't be able to follow him, basically.
Because he's not technically he wouldn't be human.
Yeah.
Okay. But didn't he walk on water, though? So, like...
Yes, he did. But that's because his father is, God.
So, like, then how does that... You see how that, like...
I see where you're coming from.
'Cause, like...
But
Okay.
didn't someone else walk on water? Until, his faith was shaking?
No.
Yeah.
Who are you talking about?
Yeah.
No one walked on water in Judaism. Are you talking about the Bible? You talking about
I'm
Judaism?
talking about the Bible.
Oh, I don't know the Bible. I'm not familiar with it. So that's why.
So basically, Jesus was on a boat with the 12 disciples, and Jesus decided to take a nap. And then a storm started happening, and you got like 12-foot waves happening. Jesus is just chilling. He's just taking
Sleeping.
a nap.
Okay.
Yeah.
Through the storm.
Yes.
All right.
Basically. And then the disciples, they're freaking out,
Okay.
wondering why Jesus isn't
Waking up.
calming the waves. Okay, so then all of a sudden they see a ghost on the water, just standing on 12-foot waves.
A ghost.
A storm. A ghost. They thought it was a ghost, but it was Jesus. And then
But wasn't he sleeping?
he was sleeping, and that's the cool thing.
But also on the water.
Yes.
How?
Okay, if you try and understand the Bible from like a
logical aspect?
you are gonna go down like a spiral. You gotta have you just gotta be open to it, Don't try and take it
Okay.
too realistic, because come on, like Noah built a boat and it fit every animal, like.
Yeah, that was kind of cool though. But go on.
Okay, but Jesus immediately said to them, "Take courage, it is I, don't be afraid," because they thought it was a ghost, they're freaking out. And then Peter replied, "Lord, if it's you, tell me to come to you on the water."
And then he's like...
So Peter basically didn't believe him. And then Jesus said, "Come."
And then he's like, all right,
Yeah.
you got me hooked.
Peter got down out of the boat, walked on the water, and came towards Jesus. So basically, they both walked on water.
Okay.
So even Peter was walking on water.
Okay.
Anyways.
I'm just trying to fathom.
That's Jesus.
Okay.
And then, Jesus died, got sacrificed for our sins, and he left his spirit with us.
Okay.
So it's the Holy Spirit. So, like, whenever you talk to God, it's basically the Holy Spirit helping you.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's the three.
Okay.
They're all God, but in different
forms.
Different
Okay.
fonts.
I understand. Because how we are taught is being Jewish is that there is a higher power,
Mm-hmm.
but there's no, like, in form. Like, there's no man that is a higher power.
Mm-hmm.
And when he landed on Earth, but then he just, like, dipped. So he hasn't come back yet. And when he comes back is when all of the Israelites / Jewish people
Mm-hmm.
all go to Israel, and there's world peace. In other words, that's just not happening for a very long time, a super long time. But that's like how we. So when you said man, I was like, wait, what? Because it's just how it's taught differently. It was really okay. So that's interesting.
Yeah.
So do you think that people should have a higher power, believe in a higher power?
This is crazy because I'm taking another course that has nothing to do with my major, but I'm taking an East Asian course, and I am learning so much cool stuff. Actually, I was dreading it because I don't like history.
I mean, it sounds horrible, but
it's so cool actually. It's one day. It starts 6 to 7 p.m. Monday. And we're learning about Buddhism. Basically, I'm learning Chinese culture.
Okay.
It's kind of cool. And I'm learning about, like, Buddhism, and I'm realizing, like, all the religions, and I'm basically learning how religion started. And one of the topics was, do you think that people should have laws?
Have what?
Laws.
Laws?
Yes. Like what we have right now. Like, rules to follow.
Okay, I misheard you, but go on.
Oh.
I thought you said floss, and I was like, floss? I was like, yes, I think people should floss. Yes, go
Definitely
on.
should. And one of the topics was, do you think people should have laws and rules, or do you think that they're Do you believe that people are naturally good?
Naturally good?
People. Do you think that all of us are naturally good people? Or do you think that we need to learn how to be good?
I think I'll give you this.
Okay.
I think people, when they're born, they're innocent.
Okay.
So they're technically
like pure.
They're pure. Yes, I think people when they're born they're pure.
Mm-hmm.
Then technically they're good. It's just when they figure out as they go on
how messed up the world is.
That, but also like how they become bad. No one asked me that question before. I think just people are just like, you can't put an opinion on someone who's just born. You can't be like, oh, you're just like, you don't know, so you just
yeah,
you get what I'm saying?
They're learning.
Yeah, they don't know anything.
So in East Asian culture, give me a little history lesson.
Yeah.
In East Asian culture, they went through like many different rulers, and each one had different opinions on how people should be ruled.
That's confusing.
One of them was that the ruler would do nothing with the people. They'd say they let nature run its course. What happens, happens, and people are naturally good. He said, let the people go back to nature where they came from.
Okay. How'd that pan out?
But then, wars happen, and, well, how are you gonna support your people or protect them if you're not doing anything?
Yeah, I understand.
So then, obviously, kingdom died. Yeah, which happens a lot in East Asia. Very, very crazy. And then another one was kind of like what we have right now with America. It needs to be laws and taxes. But it was mainly like supporting military.
Okay.
And then, the locals, like the farmers.
The produce.
They weren't, the produce. They were at the bottom. And military was really at the top. And basically, they just weren't listening to their people. It was more like dominant for the ruler only.
So almost like what's the word?
I know. I'm trying to think of the word too.
It's dictatorship.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like dictatorship. And that didn't last either. But then there's one where, and it revolves around Buddhism. I'm learning so much about Buddhism. Basically, they believe that everyone needs to work with each other instead of everyone focusing on themselves individually. Like, if you're in trouble, you're supposed to expect your neighbor to help you in times of need. And then if it's, like, more than that, the community should help. And they believe in all, basically, like, working together, not against each other.
Okay.
And that the military should deal with their stuff on their own, instead of involving the people, because it's not their place.
Okay.
So then there's that one. And that was this Monday, so I still am learning way more than that. I do think that people should have laws and rules. We are born pure, but we do need to be taught how to be, like, you need to be taught what good and what bad is, so you can understand.
Yeah, like for example, like manners.
Yeah,
things like that. I can agree with that, because I mean, if I didn't have my mom, I would be eating with my hands.
Me too.
Just
yeah, I got soap in the mouth plenty of times.
Oh, you got soap in the mouth?
Bars.
I didn't get anything.
Bars of soap.
I don't know. I like this. I like where this is going. I don't know what I got. I don't think I got anything.
You never were disciplined?
Not like physically. I think I was just like just screamed at.
Could not be me.
I honestly think that there should be spanking.
Okay, I agree.
Because it just teaches the kid, like, don't do that shit. Do something, like, that's not good. We don't.
Definitely not like abusive.
It's like it's a balance.
Be like a middle ground.
Yeah, because I have a good friend of mine. He's like a mentor. Mm-hmm. So he's 44, has like 2 kids.
Oh, okay.
And a wife. So like he's a good buddy of mine. And he spanks his kids. Yeah. And every single time I'm like, because like I don't know what to do. I'm like, yeah, you keep going. Like I don't know what to do.
You tell him.
Yeah, you let him know.
No.
So I'm just there, kind of like, and he's like, why you?
He does it in front of you?
No. I mean, a couple times he has.
Oh.
I mean, his son did accidentally flashed me, but that's
Okay.
that's neither here or there. He's learning,
Uh-huh.
so. But no, it's just like he would like, I'll be right back, and then like you would hear like maybe a screech, cause like you know, like ah,
Yeah.
and then after, usually I'm just kind of like sitting there, just like,
Yep.
and he's like, "What's wrong?" I was like, he's like, "You never got spanked," and I was like, "No, I don't." I mean, cause you gotta think about it, like the deeper aspect of it is that the people that when they broadcast spanking and the form of disciplinary acts, I feel like it's more portrayed of like it's bad, because you do have parents that cross that line of like
abuse.
hey, free
Straight up
game is
abuse.
he's mine, free game,
Yeah.
and they go crazy. So like that's, I guess, how I was taught, where it's just like, we don't spank. And I personally, like I said, when I have my kids, if they do something wrong, they gonna feel it, just because like it makes sense, because then it personally physically connects with them mentally, so it just goes
it's like
together.
a tough love.
Yeah, and the same thing. Bars of soap. Was there a favorite? Did you was like, this is better than the others?
No, actually, I don't. Honestly, I don't ever remember like swallowing the soap or inhaling anything. But she would take it out, and half of the bar would be gone. I don't know how that works.
Isn't that like toxic though?
I
don't know. Anyways, you gotta know how to.
I'm still here, so
that works. So how has we got sidetracked. So talking about God, how has, for you, your form, it's a he. So how has he helped you, like with your anxiety, mentally? How has he?
Oh my gosh, he sends people to me.
Give me an example. You can't just say it. You gotta back it up.
I'm gonna tell you a crazy story. There's this thing called divine appointment, and it's basically when you meet a person, and some people think that it happens coincidentally, but biblically we believe that it was Jesus that sent that person to you. I've had that happen to me, I don't know how many times, but this was actually last week. Have you been to that area where it's like big grassy patch, and then there's what are they called? There's like benches with tables, but it's made out of stone.
No, but it sounds kind of, not gonna lie, kind of sounds.
It's very nice. I decided that I wanted to sit in that area and just, take up the sun, because the sun was out that day.
Yeah, enjoy it.
Yeah. And so I'm just sitting there, and then I'm journaling, and then I decide that I just want to like stare at the sky and talk to the Lord in my head. So I'm laying down, and I'm just talking about everything. I'm like dump loading on him, because I'm like in that rough mindset. And then I'm on the verge of tears. And this random guy comes up to me, and it's funny because I'm laying there. I'm basically like laying there, almost about to cry, and then this random guy comes up to me, and I see him in the corner of my eye, and he's like, I don't know why, but I just wanted to talk to somebody. And being me, my mom hates this, but I'm okay with talking to strangers. Like, I don't.
I mean, did he look like someone in your age range?
Yeah. Well, he is. Never mind. I was gonna say he is at college, but
that could be different reasons. But anyways, yeah, go on.
Then I'm like, yeah, and it's one of those moments where how can you talk about this person without talking to this person? But that was me for like everything. How can I talk about everyone except talk to none of them? And this random guy, just perfect timing, and I think the Lord sent him. But he basically sits, and he's like, I'm a grad student, my name is so and so. And then I say, oh, I'm Ariel, my name is so and so. And then he says that one question that always gets people. He's like, how are you?
And you're like, it's splendid.
And then after, tears just start rolling down my face.
Oh my goodness.
And it's a complete stranger.
Yeah.
I don't know who this man is. But he wasn't very like dramatic about me crying. He noticed, and then he went like is something on your mind?
As you're just bawling?
Yeah.
That's a way to say it. That's just be like,
And then I was like, yes, actually.
Mm-hmm.
And then I tell him about college and how, everything's just crazy. And then he tells me, I bring God into it because I was like, I was just having a conversation with the Lord,
Yeah.
And then he tells me that he doesn't believe in God, but he believes in spirituality.
So like does he believe in a higher power?
Yes.
Okay, then I think.
And then he said he grew up Mormon, but he was speaking biblical stuff to me. And I was like, I just find that so fascinating that you don't like read the Bible or do anything with Jesus, but you're like speaking verses to me and you don't even know it. Yeah, I think the Lord speaks to me through other people.
Yeah.
And I tell people these stories and they're just like, that's crazy. Like the Lord doesn't do that for me. And I'm like, man, like you just gotta ask.
Luck out. That's not my problem. Yeah, I got you. That's really interesting.
It's cool. Crazy, but cool.
It is. Stuff happens. Like the universe just like sends stuff to you. It's really crazy. So back on that, the guy who was talking just now, I want you to understand this. I'll drop a story. This is probably like the fourth time that it's been on this show that I've been told this story.
Okay.
So during COVID, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, okay, I was a big guy, and then I was like 300 pounds, and then I started to lose weight, and then yeah, that's what's up. And then I wanted to play football in high school, and so I usually like the routine was just walking. Like I just walk around my neighborhood, just put on some like rap, and then just like for an hour and a half. He comes up to me, like I'm doing my normal stuff, and I'm like about to like in my neighborhood. I'm walking up the street, rounding the corner, and he comes up to me in his car, and he's like, "Hey, how many pounds have you lost?" Just straight up, and I was like, 60 at the time, and he was like, "Good job, keep it up," and just left. And he was wearing the Green Bay Packers logo. You know what that is? Like the big giant G.
Yeah.
And I was like, maybe he knows someone that can like train me to play football. So what I did is I wrote a letter to him. Mm-hmm. Put it on. He doesn't park his cars in his garage. So like, it's kind of obvious. It's kind of obvious who's who. So that night I put like a letter on his door, and I'm not expecting anything because I'm just like, in my mind it's like that Wayne Gretzky quote, Michael Scott quote, like you miss 100% of the shots you don't take, and so I wasn't expecting anything. I was like, all right, whatever, fuck it. And I get a text him saying that he was a D1 athlete.
Dang.
That played football. So I was like, what? He was a personal trainer and everything. And moral of the story is that there's no way you think that's a coincidence?
No.
There's no freaking way.
No.
I mean, when I tap into God, I'm like, I was like, thank you so much. Like, I don't know how, and I don't want to know how. I'm just thankful that you send at least I was thankful. I'm thankful that he's in my life because I don't know, but on that, I can relate to like the craziest things that like the higher power does. It's right when you need it. It's just like,
and I feel like that's how you know, because it's just out of the ordinary. Like it's just too unnatural for it to not be.
And it's just like the people who don't believe in a higher. And you don't have to believe, like, I'm not going to push, like, oh, you should believe in Judaism or you should believe in Jesus. I don't care who you believe in. The biggest thing is I think you should believe in a higher power.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, because then they think they're God. It's like,
that, or I don't care if it's man form, how I believe in it, how you believe in it. I don't care. I think everyone should believe in a higher power because it's the truth. I mean, like, there's no way that... And it also helps you be more thankful.
Yes.
Because, like,
humble.
Because in an instant, we both could die.
Yeah.
Literally, we could both leave and both have heart attacks.
No, true.
God forbid. But, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just... He has the time set. The point is that... That's my opinion on it. I think that everyone should believe in a higher power, but I don't care what kind. I'm not gonna push my kind on you, but I'm just gonna say that it helps.
Mm-hmm.
But that's my spiel. Anyways,
Just gotta love everyone. And that's it.
with that comes like, and we talked a little bit about mental health and how college adds a lot more stress. How do you prioritize your mental health?
For me, I run.
Ooh, okay. So you're more of like a physical work it out.
Yes.
Like you work out things.
Yes.
I see. With you, I just don't understand how you can run so much. I'm horrible. I can't run. I can't barely run a mile. I just don't.
It's just, you just gotta keep doing it.
It's just usually by like a mile, I'm like.
Yeah.
And then,
I was the same way too.
yeah, but then you're just like cruising the third mile. I just can't. I can't.
No,
do it.
when I started running the year before high school, and that was only for like a few months, and the most I would run was a mile. So then imagine joining cross country freshman year, and the warm up is a mile. I was dying.
My girlfriend was in cross country. She'd tell me the stuff that they had to do.
Yeah.
Y'all are crazy. Y'all are just hard workers.
I got two of my friends. You know them, Kieran and Allie, right?
Allie.
Or maybe you don't know them. Allie has like curly hair. They were both in Parliament with me. And the moral of the story is,
yeah, I was about to say.
they didn't like running, and I got them to run 3 miles.
And do they like running now?
No. But
you got them to run 3 miles.
I got them to run
okay.
3 miles. Nice and slow. Didn't think they would be able to do it. Look at them after. And they said they felt great. And I currently have a friend, her name is Kelly, and she quit cross country, so she stopped running. But she saw that I was still running, and we went on a trail run. The one day it was hot.
This like recently?
Yes.
Oh God.
When it was like
80 degrees.
80,
and it was
90.
humid. It was gross.
It was. Sunscreen everywhere.
Yeah.
And we ran 3.4 miles. She said she hasn't been running anything more than a mile. If you're ever down to go on a run, like,
you'd have to pay me to run.
Pay you? Okay, how much?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't. I try.
I love showing people that running like doesn't have to be this fast, aggressive thing.
Yeah, cause see, it's like either I'm really out of shape. I'm also like a big guy, so like I have a lot of mass on me.
Okay.
So
that doesn't stop
it takes
people.
a lot more mass to move, but
there is grandpas that run faster than me.
Really?
At that 5K, I was getting passed by grandpas' dogs. Like, and my time was 26:14.
Grandpas?
Grandpas. In my running club, our sponsor, I think he's 64.
Damn.
He runs marathons.
Holy he's in good shape, isn't he?
He's very thin. But he's, like, fit thin.
Yeah, he's not like...
He's not bulky, but he's got muscle.
Damn.
And I don't know if you know this, but we have a sponsor. I hope he's still alive. His name is Al, and he was a sponsor for cross country. He turned 98 or 97 this year, and he's still walking.
Holy shit.
And helping with cross country at Churchill. And he was a runner.
Wow. Yeah, y'all
Moral
are
of the story.
Y'all are hard workers.
Let me help you.
Let me just advertise it.
Moral of the story. If
Free
you don't
runs
think that
anytime.
you can run,
Give it a try. I can't. Yeah.
hit me up. Like.
I don't know. That's crazy though. Wow.
But how do you handle stress?
How do I handle stress? I'm a workout type of guy.
Yeah.
I got you got everything. Jump rope.
Man, I want to work
Weight
out.
gloves, wrist wraps, things like that. Yeah, ever since I lost my weight, dude, that's like you give me most of my. It's kind of depressing, but also I enjoyed it. Most of New Year's, my senior and my junior year, New Year's, 4th of July, most of the big stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I would find myself at I live right next. You know where Hebner Elementary is?
Yeah.
That neighborhood that's right next to it, that's where my mom lives.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm with my mom. And most times I just like to be by myself.
Me too.
And I just love playing basketball, just shooting hoops, just like music and just
Yeah.
vibe.
Just chilling.
So most of the times, like especially New Year's, and like I found myself just at a basketball court alone listening to music.
That sounds peaceful.
It actually kind of was, and it may sound different, but I enjoyed it. Mostly how I get my stress though is I'm a physically lifting weights, just playing basketball. I haven't usually, yeah, I don't like run or anything.
Just,
Yeah, I'm sorry, but
No,
that's usually how I cope with a lot of things. Anything else, usually I figure it out. You know, that's a more
like
physical
the mental
guy.
stuff.
So you said you journal.
I do journal.
So like, what do you do to journal?
So basically, the things that I feel like it's crazy because we'll think that it's too complicated to talk about, or it's too much to talk about. But when you start journaling, you realize like it's not as complex as it is in my head, because you're writing it down and you're seeing it instead of having all these thoughts all
Like
at
ping
once.
pong?
Yeah. And then you're able to see it and realize like, oh, okay. And then something I like to do whenever I journal is I basically journal what I imagine myself saying to the Lord, but I can't say it for some reason because I just
Okay.
don't want to share it for, there's those
It,
times
like
where,
the personal boundary.
yeah.
Okay.
So then I'll just write it out. And then sometimes it's just random stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like you just straight up just be like, hey. So it's not a diary.
No, it's not a diary.
I was about to say.
Sometimes because I've been doing it since 2019, I think.
Really? So even throughout high school you did that.
Yes.
I can see why I can agree that I see why you said that you're like mentally mature.
Mm-hmm.
Or like I guess you could say emotionally. Is that better?
Yeah.
Okay. Because like I would have just let my anger out of damn basketball. Then that's wow.
But I love seeing my progress, I guess.
Yeah.
Because I'll be reading that stuff and I'm like, dang, like she was going through it.
Yeah, that's interesting. Wow. Did you have a favorite? Are you willing to share a favorite entry you had?
A favorite entry I had? I always started off. I write. So I always started off with the date, and then I say like my surroundings. I'll be like,
I'm sitting.
29. I'll be very descriptive with it.
I'm sitting in a form.
So I'll be like February 29th.
So.
Currently sitting on a bed, very bouncy. The weather feels like pretty nice right now. Like I'm talking as if I'm talking to somebody. Like I'm journaling as if I'm
You're talking to someone.
telling this to somebody.
Can I fix that statement for you? Sitting on. I thought you were gonna say.
I'm sorry. No,
I thought you were gonna say sitting on the bed. Currently smells kind of bad, and then go along with it. Okay, so you're descriptive.
Yeah.
So like,
and then if I laugh, I'll put ha.
Are you serious? Oh my gosh. So you're like full transparent.
Yeah.
At times, because you said sometimes you can't.
Because I'm a visual learner, so I love being able to see it.
Okay, so at the beginning, did you feel embarrassed journaling?
I did when it wasn't trending. People would call it like a diary, like, oh, is that your diary, like, or is that?
But you can see how that gets like confused, like mixed up.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, no, like it's a journal to track, everything, like the mentals. And then it became popular, and everyone loves journaling now.
All of a sudden.
Yeah.
Interesting. How many spirals have you gone through?
So they're actually not spirals. They're like wooden. Not actually. I don't know how to describe it. It's not cardboard, but it's not wood. But it's really thin.
Uh-huh.
It's almost like handmade journals.
Was it? Oh, really?
Yes.
So
I didn't make them.
So it's kind of like a.
Oh, that's perfect.
So like a leather.
But imagine that like brown, all brown.
And you open it.
Mhm.
But it's like, is this like a leather?
I see that book everywhere.
Which one?
Oh my god, the book you're holding.
The Four Agreements. Good book.
I see that everywhere.
But I'm like, this is like a leather texture.
No, it's like a wood texture.
So, Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
I just the times
Actually, here, let me show you.
holy cow.
Yeah.
So you journal every day?
No, I mainly journal whenever I feel like it's something that I want to have remembered, but in detail. Let's say I get Alzheimer's, and
Wow, you.
I just want my memories. I can have someone read them to me. Not the bad ones. Just the good
like
ones.
that's interesting. I never thought about it like in that way. I hope I don't have
Yeah.
Alzheimer's.
You never know.
Wow. That's so interesting. I never thought about it like that. So are you a more
You're like,
logical?
I need to start journaling.
Yeah, I was about to say. I was like, do I have to start?
Video doc.
Yeah. Are you more of a logical thinker or like, how do you think?
I am a logical thinker, but I am also very emotional, so it's always a constant battle. Here's the thing with me. I am mature, which means I will think about things that haven't happened yet, and I will basically like prepare myself, I guess, in that way. So let's say I'm like super excited for something, but
You don't get too excited. I think I know what you're saying.
I don't
you,
get like too excited for it.
because you know that they could be like, bam.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm very like criticative, I guess. I think about everything,
Yeah.
but I feel like that's kind of bad.
But in a good way, it does help you though.
It's kind of like sad being logical though. Like,
But it's the truth. You get what I'm saying?
yeah. Yeah.
Because I mean, I've had conversations with people and they'll be like straight to me. I'm like, damn. And he's like, well, you asked for it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I see okay. So like if I were to ask you, tell me the truth, would you like
I would tell you the truth.
the hard truth though?
I'm that person that all my friends come to.
Like the hard truth.
The hard truth?
Like the hard truth.
Oh, yeah.
So like I'll be like, do I look better with a forward hat or a backward hat? Which
Forward.
one? Okay.
And then I'll give you a reason.
Why?
I think the forward is cool because you get to see the logo, and then I love the shape of the hat because it just shapes people's face nicely.
Interesting.
Can you turn it back? Can you turn it the other way? Okay, so for me, on this one, I feel like it's okay with people that have like longer hair.
Damn.
But then no.
See, I you know what I'm saying? Go on.
And then I just like I catch a glimpse of your forehead when I could be staring at the logo and like having the face shape, but yeah.
I'm just messing with you. Okay, so you're like straight to it.
Yeah.
Okay. I like that. That's really cool in my opinion.
I don't know.
Because not many people are just like, I think whatever you want to go with. You know what I'm saying?
No, because I just don't want people. Yeah, I can't lie to people. I can't do that. No.
Interesting. Actually, you have any questions? You it was off camera, but do you have any? You said I asked you if you had any questions for me, and you said, "How's college?" And I went.
Yeah.
Do you have any other questions for me?
What was your favorite memory so far?
Of college?
Yes.
The freedom.
Yeah.
I manage my time really well, where I don't have to look at my computer until I think either this Monday upcoming or next Wednesday. So I haven't touched my computer since Monday. And I haven't
nice.
I have not gone to I haven't had class. Technically I had class yesterday, but I skipped it.
We've all had those days.
So like I didn't want to go, but I don't have class. One of my teachers messed up, so I don't have class until like next Wednesday. So that's one thing I can appreciate. Everything else, I don't like it. It's not the best. I don't. Okay, to the closing question. I'm not answering that. There's like a knocking sound. The question is, I guarantee it's like an RA or something. The question is, they're definitely gonna knock. No, it's not. The closing question is, if you're right now, your life is a chapter.
Okay.
In a book. So your life is a book, right? But you're,
Okay.
you're in the chapter.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
What's the chapter called?
Ooh. Dang. Is it like month-wise, or is it just...
You can...
Am I thinking too much into
You are thinking... You're critiquing it too much. Whatever comes to your mind. There's no right or wrong answer.
The yellow hour.
The yellow hour.
Yeah.
Why?
Because I feel like this semester is when... I went through like a lot last semester with friends that I made and college
Bleh.
parties and all that stuff.
Yes.
Questioning religion.
Oh.
But this semester, I feel like everything is kind of like going into place.
Okay.
And it feels like I'm on the right track again.
Mm-hmm.
So, and yellow is such like a happy color, and I feel like, the yellow hour, because obviously there are still those moments,
but
every now and then,
but it's mostly yellow.
Yeah, there's the
Nice.
yellow hour.
I've never heard that one before. Most people, it's kind of like on my own or things like that. But also, you are a little older. But yes, is everything okay? I'm not, but like older than me, so you experience more. I'm so sorry. I'm cutting that out.
I'm not that old.
No, you're not.
I'll be
You're just a
20 in
year older.
July.
Oh my gosh.
I have not been asked that question ever.
Well, there you go. I'm glad that is different.
Thank you.
Everyone at home, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching one more time. And we're out.